We are the Columbus Chew. This is our Week 1 battle versus Wolf and the Milwaukee Bewears. The Columbus Chew would like to acknowledge the efforts of Ron, the Blue Rogue, Pokey Aim, aka Joey, and Bill Standish for their efforts in helping make this video possible. You have already seen the teams that are going to be brought to this match. Let us begin. We start with Retribution. It has Focus Sash, Taunt, and can do a lot of damage to his team. We outspeed and can do everything. We go for Icicle Crash, which had the potential to do about 50% damage, as well as Flinch. But his Tangrowth gets Swifty and avoids the attack. It hits us with a Leaf Storm, which does not take us down to our Focus Sash. We go for a secondary Icicle Crash, which we would have been going for a knockoff had our first Icicle Crash hit. We see this does little damage and get the information that Jellicent is Curse Body as opposed to Water Absorb. Now we taunt, stopping him from going for a Will-O-Wisp or a Trick Room. He was going for a Trick Room, so that was the correct play. We are able to go for a knockoff and knock off whatever switches into this. It ends up being Conkeldurr, and it loses its Life Orb. We are going to switch in Purge, who can take any one hit from this. We expect a Poison Jab, because he was most likely predicting Clefable to come in. We go for a Flare Blitz because it does immense damage to everything on his team. It's just short of killing this Conkeldurr. Luckily, this takes us to a low enough health he won't get very much back in recovery. We can easily switch in anything to revenge this. We send out the Arbiter, Manaphy. We will be going for the Shadow Ball, predicting Jellicent to come in. It does a ton of damage across the team that he has brought, but he chooses to let Conkeldurr go down. 5-5. He brings in his Tangrowth, who is at full health because of the gotten Swifty Icicle Crash miss, and we're going to switch out into our Clefable, who can take any hits from this. This will give us a chance to set up our Stealth Rocks as he switches out. He's going to bring in his Alolan Muck. We go for the Encore here, predicting him to possibly stay and go for a Sludge Bomb or Poison Jab. We do just go for a Moonblast here, and he decides to stay in and go for a knockoff, predicting our switch out. He's going to go into Jellicent here. We go for the Encore, trying to lock him into knockoff, but he switches out. At this point, we take the opportunity to set up our Stealth Rocks, as he is going to set up the Trick Room. We can keep Clefable in, or go into our Corruption at this point, and wear out this Trick Room. He's going to go back into Goop, who outslows the majority of our team. It takes Stealth Rocks damage, and it's going to take a Moonblast to the face. We drop him below 50%, and because his Alolan Muck has Gluttony, he is going to get his Figgy Berry, which restores 50% of his health. We stay in again, thinking he would predict us to switch out this time, but he just goes for the Gunk Shot and is going to take out Babylon. So, woe Babylon the Great, how she has fallen. Irreverent is going to come in. Its Mold Breaker activates. It is a Scarf set this week, but because it is slower than us, it is going to go for the knockoff. We're going to go for the Earthquake, which will easily destroy this thing. But now we are without our Choice Scarf. We have the ability to switch our moves, but he is going to go into his Jellicent, which we cannot stay in on and survive an attack. We will be switching back out and going into corruption. We will be tracing the cursed body. And he's going to Will-O-Wisp. This is one of the best things we can have Will-O-Wisp on our team. While it will slowly whittle our corruption down, it will ultimately not cripple it like it would our attackers. Wolfey withdraws his Jellicent and goes back into his Tangrowth. We're going to go for the Thunder Wave, predicting a switch, and this will slow down his Tangrowth and give us the possibility for yellow magic to occur. We are packing Ice Beam, so we're going to test the waters and see how much damage corruption can do. A little bit less than 25%, but this Earthquake is going to be doing negligible damage to us because we are still holding on to our Eviolite. We will be recovering this turn, predicting a possible switch or Leaf Storm to come out. We do get the yellow magic and the paralysis pays off. We will be continuing to Ice Beam as it does good damage across his team, and we don't anticipate Jellicent coming back out. We get a second turn in a row of yellow magic, and he continues to stay in. Based off previous damage, he will be able to survive one more, and he finally gets the knockoff. At this point, we believe he will be switching out to get the Regenerator back for his Tangrowth, and that is what he does. He brings out his Sheldon, which is his Xurkitree. We go for recover, wanting to be at full health facing whatever he switches out into. We know we can take any one hit from Xurkitree at full health. He is going to reveal the Z move, and it is going to be Z Sunny Day, which is not good, because our Excadrill, which would outspeed max +1 Xurkitree, had its Choice Scarf knocked off. So now Xurkitree is at +1 speed, and the sun is out, making it a little bit harder for Manaphy to beat this thing 1v1. We are going to go for the attack to try and get as much damage on this as possible, because Weavile does still have the Ice Shard. Now we go for the recovery here, trying to gauge damage he's going to be able to do, but unfortunately we are losing the percentages battle here, and Corruption is going to be able to two-shot us with the burn without our Eviolite all the time. We hit it with another Ice Beam. That's going to take it down to about 20-25%. And we're going to switch out into Irreverent and eat a Thunderbolt, because that is what it has to do to try and finish us off. It is packing a Hidden Power, which is super effective, and unfortunately that is going to be enough to take out the Excadrill. We were hoping without the Beast Boost, its Hidden Power would not be able to one-shot us at that point. We bring out Retribution because it's the only thing that is going to be able to outspeed with the Ice Shard at this point, and unfortunately Ice Shard is not enough to take it down. And Xurkitree is not going to have any trouble walking through the rest of our team. So after another Beast Boost, we're definitely not going to be surviving a second boosted Thunderbolt with Manaphy, and Manaphy is going to go down to Xurkitree. Xurkitree is just going to clean up the rest of the team. After all these boosts and +1 speed, nothing on the team is able to stand up to it, and unfortunately the Columbus Chew will lose their week 1 efforts to Wolfey and the Minnesota Bewear. The Columbus Chew would like to express their appreciation and respect to Wolfey, who is a former world champion. He prepped immensely and came out on top this week. Wolfey is not a part of the corruption that has become the GBA, so the Columbus Chew appreciate this matchup and have no ill will towards Wolfey or any of his Pokemon for the role they put in this defeat. The Columbus Chew would like to express their appreciation for the fans who have shown up and shown the Columbus Chew that the resistance is real and that there is still hope for the GBA.